One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Marshall Thundering Herd will go on offense first to start this game. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The play action fake. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Back to throw. It's Duke. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
Man, it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They bring the punter onto the field now. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on 1 time. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Off play action. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. It's complete to the right. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. To the ground with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Floating away. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. The throw to the outside is complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So now it's 2nd and long. Hines is back in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Duke. Fires it. Finds his man open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Marshall quick to the line.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get...
Turning it on! They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Makes the catch. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. They're working that left side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Duke. Fires into the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Slips through the line. Just a step short of midfield as he goes out of bounds, and what a spectacular return. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Leaves it with the back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't.
There he goes. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down.
Let's go.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the play fake. Moves away as he feels pressure. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Carr. He wants it all. And it's caught. Touchdown.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Thundering Herd faces a 3rd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try the jet sweep to pick up the first down. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. They boot it away. Secures it at the 30. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his big tight end. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second. season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
It's caught. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. He's got the tight end, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Marshall now lines up trying to convert on third and short. He'll keep it himself. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. The punt team makes its way onto the field. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the right. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. A third and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Dropping back, it's Carr. Got his man down the middle. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Couldn't pick it up on second down. Now they need a couple on third down. Motion from the back. They're going to go to the air on third and short. Completes it in the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quickly to the tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Pressure coming. Takes the easy throw in the flat. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out and you can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
To the air, it's Carr. Quickly complete. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Up-tempo for the offense.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize. Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The offense knocking on the door. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on second and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback keeper. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Third and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Back to pass, it's Carr. Throw to the end zone, picked off. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. And the offense will take that gift, set up right on the doorstep. First and goal at the wall. Sneaks into the end zone.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass on second down. Turns it loose. He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Wants to go up top on first down. Swings it out to his running back. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Marshall quick to the line. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Back to throw, it's Duke. Under fire. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They'll try the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man in the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The offense set for a 1st down play. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to pass, it's Carr. Finds his big tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Sets up the screen. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll try to field it up to see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He lobs one high down the left side. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. This offense has it with really good field position. Out of the gun, the running back has it. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Lets it go. All by himself. Makes the grab and steps into the end zone for the touchdown. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Almost had the completion, just missed it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Duke. Makes the grab. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense got him at the 27.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
The Thundering Herd needing a ton of ground to get it to that first down marker. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. He'll take another shot here. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. Using his feet. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Wants to throw. It's Duke. Rushes on him. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
They'll run play action. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if